Hello, my name is Gabriel Arroyo, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist with Soaring Families Counseling located in Southern California. Today, we're going to be talking about coping skills, specifically coping skills to manage depression and anxiety. You may have heard the term coping skills before, but probably asked what are they, what can they do, and how do they help? So today, this video is going to talk about what they are and how they help with anxiety and depression. Coping skills, the way that I explain it and the way that I think about it, is any activity or any exercise that's gonna make you feel better, right? Now, of course, there are healthy coping skills and there's not so healthy coping skills. So we have to balance that out of making sure that we are following safe guidelines with safe moderation of whatever we choose to do. So when I talk about coping skills, I challenge clients to start off with just doing what they like. What are their hobbies? That's considered a coping skill. So doing what you enjoy and what makes you feel better. So for me personally, some of the coping skills I use or I recommend is I enjoy video games. I also enjoy movies, and I have my feel-good shows that I constantly watch when I want to feel uplifted. I'm also a big toy collector, so I have my collection of collectibles that I go out and purchase and that I like to look at to just kind of uplift my mood. So start off with what you like, and some of the common things that I hear of are exercise, arts and crafts, reading, movies, video, and anything else that you like, cooking, baking. So whatever hobby that you enjoy, that could be considered your coping skill. And now all coping skills are unique to every individual. Like for me, I like these specific things, and maybe you do too, or maybe you don't, but it's all unique for what makes you feel better. What I usually recommend is when you find something that you enjoy, try it out for a good pattern of time. I would say for at least a month. So for a month, getting a good routine down, so that way, when you do need the coping skill, you can rely on it and it's gonna work, all right? So a big feedback thing that I get from my clients is they try a coping skill one time, and then when they become in some sort of distress or in a stressful situation, they go back to that one coping skill and they say, it didn't work, Gabe. This breathing exercise didn't work. And I said, okay, well, how often are you practicing it? And they're like, well, I just did it that one time in your office. Okay, so just like anything else, if we're not used to it, it's not going to be as effective for us. So I highly recommend learning coping skills or identifying coping skills and getting a good routine down with it, so that way when you go to rely on it, it's effective and it's helping you. Along with coping skills, there's the traditional therapeutic coping skills that a lot of therapists recommend with mindfulness. So in another video, we're gonna go into a little bit more depth of what mindfulness is. But essentially, what mindfulness is regarding coping skills is just being in the moment, being in the here and now, being aware of your feelings, your mindset, and where you're at right here and right now. What I like to do to get people started with mindfulness is I recommend a little bit of a homework assignment. So mindfulness eating. Right? So we're always eating. All of us should be eating at some point during our day. So take your time to just be in the moment and observe something new within that particular moment, and just allow yourself to enjoy your food. Right? So for me this morning, I had some avocado toast, and just being aware of the texture, the smell, the taste, all the different ingredients within that toast, and just being mindful in that moment. I'm always on the go and doing multiple things at once. I have a poor habit of eating my breakfast on the road. So this was a great example for me to just be in the moment and practice mindfulness. Another exercise that you might hear commonly from therapists is breathing exercises. So breath is essential, especially with calming us down. So we talk about belly breathing a lot. So breathing from your belly, breathing in, nice and deep, and letting it out slowly through your mouth. So that's a great exercise. And now, what I usually recommend to clients is not every coping skill is going to work for every single person. So once again, find what works for you. Start off with what you enjoy, your normal hobbies, and then just build off of your toolkit from there. One final example that I like to practice, or I like to recommend, is grounding exercises. So being aware of your surroundings and getting your mind into the here and now. As you can see, my wall is painted blue. So I challenge clients to identify what's around them. Call out 5 things that you can see. I see a blue wall, I'm wearing a blue shirt, there's a pink candle, a white orchid, and the color on the ground is brown or tan. Right? So calling out something that you can visually see, at least 5 things, and that's going to ground you into the here and now. And finally, this is one I recommend a lot, which is very helpful with anxiety, with coping with anxiety. It's just a organic bean mesh that you could throw in the freezer. It gets really cold, and then you place on your forehead. And what this does is it triggers what's called the dive reflex. And what the dive reflex does is it slows our heart rate, and it slows down our breathing. And this is all physiological, that happens automatically, right? So it's a little bit more comforting. If you have difficulty with sleeping, you can get one of those gel masks that cover your eyes, or if you're not comfortable covering your eyes while you sleep, you can just place it on your forehead, and it's nice and cool, and it should help you get better sleep. Be sure to like and subscribe for more information, and we're going to be continuing to build off of these coping skills and mindfulness practice. Once again, my name is Gabriel Arroyo, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist with Soaring Families Counseling in Southern California. Thank you.